welcome to my journey. Y'all know what the day is. It's Tuesday. It is thrifting time. I've sat here in the car probably, oh my gosh, it's 9 o'clock now. I bet I've been sitting out here 10 or more minutes to warm the car up. It's freezing. It's 28. I just checked. Yesterday morning it was 15. It got down to 14, and then when I woke up it was 15. It's unseasonably cold for us. So the high yesterday was like 38. Today it's supposed to be like 52, so that's a big difference. But you know, I told you, oh my goodness, these people have had tree cutters over here. The house sold, and the backyard is fenced in, but it's just full of trees. And the tree limbs, they had a driveway back there, and the tree limbs went all up under it, just like they did at my mama's house. The tree limbs and bumped up all the concrete and stuff. I'm wondering if they're gonna have that taken out too. But they were out there cutting down trees for several days, big old trees. Anyway, I told you last week I had to go down and pick greens. Well, I got down there and they were shriveled up. The collard greens was shriveled up. The mustard green was shriveled up. I don't know if because they didn't have no water. I don't know what Holly did. I don't know. I ain't gonna say nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? If they just got too cold and shriveled up, I don't know. But so there was no more greens to get. That was the first thing whenever I told RJ and Holly that him and his Holly, you know, did they want to come for New Year's dinner? And they're like, yeah. The first question out of her mouth was, "You gonna have greens?" I'm like, oh yes, you have to have greens on New Year's dinner. And listen, do y'all remember? I have assimilated now. I call it supper when I'm talking about it, but then sometimes dinner slips out. When I was growing up, you had breakfast, you have dinner, which is what they call lunch now, and then you had supper, which is what they call dinner now. I growed up with breakfast, dinner, and supper. That's what I growed up with. That's not how they call it no more, and so I have assimilated, but so people know what you're talking about. Because like when I asked Mama, "You want to come over for New Year's dinner?" I know she knew that it was in the middle of the day. I know she knew that. Because supper is supper. Supper is your last meal of the day. Dinner is your midday meal. I don't know how that got changed over the years, but still, our dinner, if you never have a authentic Southern good luck dinner, you know what? I don't know if y'all can see me or not. I just declare my soul. I don't think about this sun sometimes. I just get to run in my mouth. We'll get over here and then I'll try to look and see if y'all can see me or not. I don't know. Does that help any? Oh, I see. Look right there where my hand is. There's the sun. Right there's the sun. I'll hold it here till we turn. You have to have your pork. Our pork of choice is hog jows. And you know what? Hog jows just hog jows. To me, it's like a bacon and a fatback combo. It's the actual jowl. The jowl of the pig. It's just the fat. So it's not the fat off the back where the bacon is. It's just the fat off the jowls. And it has its own little flavor. And it's absolutely delicious. Well, one year I was watching Food Network, and they had guanciale. That's what they call it, guanciale. Oh, goodness gracious. And the judges were up there saying, that's just the fat off of the cheeks. I'm like, child, don't be calling that no guanciale. That is a hog jowl. Maybe you fancy people calls it that. Regular old country folk call it hog jowls. So I'm like, people that poo-poo their head up at a hog jowl, you take them to a restaurant and tell them we're going to give you some guanciale, they'll probably be all over it. You know what I'm saying? That's ridiculous. Just because you call something. But anyway, you have to have at our house, you have to have your hog jowls, you have to have your rice, you have to have your greens, and it's better when they're from your garden, I'll just tell you. So we'll have our greens, and then we have to have our black-eyed peas. So we have our black-eyed peas, and I may or may not make cornbread. It'll get eaten, won't get eaten. But those are the main components of our New Year's dinner. And I'm here to tell you, one of the best dinners you'll ever eat. And I've got to go looking for hog jails. Back when it just came fall, I started looking, because that's when they come out. You don't get them all year long, you get them in the fall. That's it. Fall in the winter. And I found them. I picked up 2 packs. I told David, I said, oh, I got 2 packs of hog jails because we got to have them. In my mind, not thinking the kids and them come every year for dinner, and I wasn't even thinking. So I didn't get, I'd have got all of them, probably, because they don't have many out at a time. So now, I've got to go on the hunt for hog jails until I get enough to feed the whole crowd. Because all the kids are coming, Mama and my brother, and maybe my uncle. I'm not sure, I haven't found out yet. So that's a lot of hog jails. I'm sure everybody ain't gonna eat them. I don't know if RJ's Holly ate any last year or not. I can't remember. She's a pretty adventuresome eater. She's an adventuresome cook too. My Holly is too. These young people they eat different from us. We beans and taters people, and then I'll try casseroles and things like that, you know, but we're not fancy people. We don't eat that fancy food. Listen, for the men y'all sitting over there yesterday putting me a menu together so I can order my groceries, David will be off Christmas. Let's see, he gets Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and the day after. They don't get paid for the day after, but they're giving it to him. So he's gonna take a vacation day to get paid. And then Saturday and Sunday, so that's Christmas Eve. We'll have that food. We'll probably have leftovers Friday, and the rest of the time that he's off, we're just making foods that he can't eat in the truck. Cause see, that gives us like one day a week to play around with. There's certain foods that I don't make during the week. See, if he didn't have to work at night, if he come home, if he worked in the day and he came home, we could eat anything we wanted because he don't have to sit in the truck and eat it. We could have tacos or, you know, hot dogs, anything, sandwiches, anything like that, that's nachos, all that kind of stuff that's hard for him to eat in the truck. So that's what we're having while he's on vacation. We're having all that kind of crap food. I said, there ain't gonna be no vegetables. We had vegetables all the time, and our vegetables is corn and greens and taters and things like that. Beans. That's what we call our vegetables. Our vegetables ain't eggplants, and every now and then there'll be the show of the broccoli. But home cooking, we're not having home cooking. We're having like just junky, not, I mean, call it junk food. It's not chips and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But he said, yeah, because we do normally end up, even though we try not to, we end up eating out one day a weekend. We just do. And so that gives me one day to play around with something. And there's a lot of things we like that he can't eat in the truck that we just don't get around to doing because he just can't. So I made my menu, and boy, we're gonna have some good food, I think. Oh, listen, you know my new crock pot I got? My free one, oh, it works. It works like a champ. I made lima beans, dried up lima beans yesterday because I was out of the ones in the freezer, so I made dried ones, and I just did not put enough water in. I cranked it on high, and I got busy fiddling around in the day, didn't ever go check it. The water boiled out, and the beans, they started sticking a little bit at the bottom, but they got real dry. So I had to scoop them out, and there was a little bit of water left at the bottom. I had to scoop them out and put them in a bowl and put some water on them to moisten them back up. But they saved them. Oh, they were so tender. We like a good smushy lima bean, cause them old hard lima beans don't cut it. Even a frozen lima bean, which is not a dried lima bean, it's just a frozen fresh lima bean, I cook in the Instant Pot because it takes a lima bean forever to get tender. We don't want texture to our lima beans. We don't want texture to none of our beans. We want a soft bean, just like our greens. We don't want texture to our greens. No, we want soft greens. We don't want texture to our broccoli. No, we eat baby food. what it's like. Listen, speaking of baby food, sorry. You know, I told you we had got that beef from that cattle farm, and I was not happy with it because that cube steak I cooked, and I can cook it in my sleep, never got tender, and I cooked it for, oh my gosh, I don't know how long I cooked that. I mean, I let it cook and cook, and I kept having to add water and water and water. It never would get tender, just enough, and it was still chewy. I'm like, if I cook it anymore, it's gonna be so dry, we're not gonna be able to swallow it. Well, I had one pack, because I bought 2 packs. I had 1 pack left in the freezer. I told David, I said, this one I'm going to cook in the Instant Pot. I'm going to make sure. Honey, that stuff was so tender a baby could chew it. Oh my gosh. And the way I made it, it still come out good and gravy like it was. It wasn't thin. It was good and gravy. Oh my gosh. That stuff was so good. Like I used to tell the kids, it's so good, make you slap your mama, but you better not. That's what I tell them. So I will definitely go back and get some more. Maybe that one was just a bad batch. I don't know, but I'll get it, and I will cook it in the Instant Pot from here on out, which is easier anyway, because you don't have to stand over it. The longest part is searing the little pieces, because I like mine cut in little pieces. I don't cook it in one whole steak. I don't like that. I like to cut it in little pieces and brown it. You shake it in the flour and brown it. And then, of course, that flour that's left in the grease in the bottom, and then when it's cooking in the flour that's on the meat, that's what gives you that good gravy. Whew. I made that and some homemade cream taters. Woo! Child, that was so good. So yes, I will be going to get some more of that. So they have redeemed themselves. I guess you can get a bad batch off of a cow. It's not unheard of. I get bad batches at Food Line all the time, it seems. I don't get my meat at Walmart's. I get it at Food Line, which is so funny because Food Line ships theirs in too. They quit having years ago. They quit having their butcher shop years ago. Man that me and David worked with at the trucking company, he quit the trucking company and he went to being a butcher. And he worked there for however long, and he lost his job because they cut out the butchers. No butchers. They ship all their meat in already packed and everything. So I don't know how that's any different from Walmart's. Honestly, I don't know. I think the one place around here well, 2 places, Publix and Harris Teeter. And they're so expensive. Oh, gosh. So, the cattle farm is not far off from Food Line prices in beef. Chicken, way expensive. But I guess it's because they have to buy it and resell it. They have to mark it up. But their chicken is ridiculously expensive. And I honestly can't remember how much their hamburger was. So, anyway, it seemed like there was something else I was going to tell y'all. I was going to tell y'all something. I'm like, oh, you got to remember and tell them that. I don't remember. Oh, yeah, I was going to tell you. Thank you to Lynn. Girl, you sent me a Christmas card, and she had a nice little surprise in it. It was very useful. But didn't give me no return address, so I can't send her no card. So, Lynn, here is your Christmas card. Merry Christmas! There you go. And thank you so much. It was very, very thoughtful of you. I knew there was something I didn't want to forget. Oh, I was talking and didn't even look to see how crowded we are. So it's pretty cold. Sometimes the older folks, oh no, they didn't deter them. Oh, they're not deterred today. No, they're not deterred at all. We got a pretty good crowd going on here. Somebody, oh, it's 9:15. See, well, 13. So it took me like 13 minutes to get here. So that's not bad at all, is it? If I played my cards right and really, really took my time in here, I could make it to by His grace. So I might try to do that. So I'll be back. Oh, look. I got my Cheerwine shirt on. I love these colors. Okay, now I'll be back. Okay, so I pulled up here on my habitat. I pulled up here. There ain't no shade no more because all the leaves are off the trees. But I got this up here. Hopefully that's helping. But I didn't talk no more. I just went to by His grace, and they never did come open, so I just left. I didn't know how long to sit there. But it was after 10. And so I just come on up the road and hit Nazareth. Didn't find a single thing. Hit the Goodwill, didn't find a single thing. Hit Habitat, didn't find a single thing. I do have some things from my first Goodwill. I'm going to show you when I get home because my little bags crowded, and I wasn't going to sit up here and try to pull it all out. But let me take that back. I did get something here at Habitat. Look. They got a hot dog truck out here today. They've never had a food truck out here. What? Oh, there's my. So I said, where'd my napkins go? The only thing I wanted all the way, and I got it all the way. The only thing difference is he has cooked onions instead of raw onions, and I ain't never had cooked onions on a hot dog. But it sure smells good. So that's what I'm gonna sit here and do. I'm gonna sit here and eat my hot dog, and then go down to back home to my Goodwills. So if I don't see you back in the car, I'll see you back in the house. Okay, we're back home. I only picked up the camera twice. I guess I just didn't have a lot to say today. And what I got, I had stuffed in my little bag, and I didn't feel like pulling it out in the car. So I told you when I was eating my hot dog, which was good, by the way. I can only eat half of it up there, and then I come home and eat almost the rest of it. But I went to the one Goodwill at home. I didn't get anything. And then when I went to my Goodwill, I got a couple things. And then I come home. I wanted to do a test to go to the senior citizen Goodwill in the afternoon to see how the merchandise has changed. But I'm just too tired to do all that, so I ain't. So I will show you what I got at that Goodwill this morning. I found this. It'll be too big next year, but I don't mind if a t-shirt's too big. Look. Is that me? Or is that me? So I got that. I'll just put it down there. I got this for Holly. It's going to be too big for her, but it's just something she can lounge around at the house because the child loves Dr. Pepper. She loves Dr. Pepper. So I got her that. And then I got her this too. It's brand new in the box. Never been opened. It's a closet extender. I think she can leave these parts off and not take up space on the bottom where she can put other stuff, toys, whatever. She's going to put it in Jacob's closet because he likes his clothes where he can pick out his on. And she's got a little rack in there now that kind of takes up odd space. So I got that for her. And then I found these. Let's see, that was $3.99. I don't know how much t-shirts are. But I found these. These are so cute. I think I know where I'm going to put them. They were, and of course, everything's 25% off, right? So these were $3.99, so got $1 off of them. But look at that bird, and look at that bird. And you put your candles up there and some little wooden logs. Ain't them cute? Oh my gosh. Here's the thing. These were on one shelf. And these were on another shelf. Matching candles, $1.99 each, 25% off. That perfectly fit. Look at that. What are the odds? I don't know if they come in together or if they were just sitting there separately, but they went out together. And that is all I got from that Goodwill. And then my Goodwill that I call my Goodwill, I found this candle. It is called Sugared Snickerdoodle. Never been burnt. It's $3. I don't know. Oh, it's the Bath and Body Works. It ought to smell good. It ought to really scent the air, I would think. But isn't that pretty? For $3. Yeah. And then this is not Pioneer Woman, but it's Temptation, so I know it's a good bowl. Because I could use another bowl for like eating soup or just different little things that I make for supper. So it was $1. All their little separate bowls and cups and plates and things are $1. And that's all I found today. So I only found stuff at, excuse me, 2 places. And I asked my girl at Nazareth whether it's going to be open next Tuesday. She said yes, but they'll be closed Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, which is fine. I did finally send in my pain journal from when I had that, whatever it was they did on my back, my middle back, and I didn't think it did any good, but apparently it did enough to where he wants to do a medial branch block. And the secretary already set it up for early Christmas Eve morning. And if it was later, I would have changed it, but since it's like 8:30, I went ahead and took it because they don't take long, and he won't, knock on wood, be behind that early in the day, and I can go ahead and just get that done. And then she set me up with an appointment early January to talk about my lower back, see what we're going to do about that, because that's the bad one. And I'm going to tell you what I did. I made an appointment last week to get my mammogram, and I thought I made it for Monday. So I went down there, right time. I go up there and she goes, well, I don't have you down. She goes, let me do some looking. So she looked, and I guess I didn't pay attention to what days or what month I was on. I just assumed it was the next Monday from the Thursday I was making it, January. So I go in January to get my mammogram, but whatever. So anyway, that is all for me today. Let's see. Um, Thursday is Christmas, and we're doing. Uh, you're probably gonna see this on Wednesday. I think I'm gonna put this up to be on Wednesday. No, that's next week. I'm losing my mind. So you will see weigh in tomorrow. All right, see you then.